Call to order this regular board meeting of Muskogee Board of Education, District I-20. We'll all stand for invocation from Dr. McIntosh and then the Pledge of Allegiance.
Good evening. Let us pray. Eternal God, we come here at this hour to invoke your presence at our MPS school board meeting. We thank you for our board members and Dr. Mendenhall, all of our staff and our students, our parents and the community. We thank you, Lord, in advance that every student will have a favorable testing experience with the OST PEAT assessments this spring. We also thank you for a strong end to the 24-25 school year. Please bless our meeting as we continue to serve in a manner that every student receives the best education possible. It's in your name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Attention, salute, pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Item 2.
Item 2, reorganization of Board of Education officers for April 2025 through April 2026. Consideration and action for reorganization is seating of president, vice president, clerk of the board, and deputy vice clerk per board policy number 10204 as presented below. President Bobby Jefferson, vice president Tommy Anderson, board clerk Larry Stewart, deputy vice clerk Deborah Horschief, and board member Danny Shue.
Item 3.
Oh, you have to make a motion.
Oh, I need a motion. I'm sorry.
Do I have a motion?
Make a motion to the reorganization of the board education officers.
Second.
I have a motion and second that we reorganize the board. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Thank goodness.
Item 3.
Now, gee.
That's me. Item 3.
Item 3, public participation in board meetings. We have not received any requests this evening.
Item 4.
Item 4, superintendent's report.
Yes, this evening we've got quite a few things that we want to talk with you about. First, we have Cherokee, an effectiveness report from them, and also Irving. So I'm going to start with Ms. Dawkins, if you would come forward and share with us a little bit about Cherokee Elementary.
Good evening to the Board of Education, President Jefferson, and Dr. Mendenhall. I would like to take this opportunity first to say thank you for affording us the time to share all of the data, assessment data, as well as academic growth data with the team this evening. I'd like to not go forward until I acknowledge all of our community partners, and I take that back. Some of our community partners that are here with us this evening. As you can see, we have packed the house, and that's kind of indicative of the way the community comes out and supports Cherokee Elementary on a daily basis.
If you're here in support, would you just stand up? I'd like to see who all's here. Yeah. That's great.
And I will say, if we would have had all of our community partners come this evening, we don't have a space in this district other than the PAC that is large enough for our community support. So we are very grateful for that. On what I like to refer as the gym on a stele. That's how we refer to Cherokee. Our school theme this year is setting sail for success, anchored in achievement. We know that every day we are on a new life journey, and we make it our goal to ensure that the journey is positive and fixated in the mindset of academic and behavioral growth. Next slide, please. So this year, our current enrollment is 327 students. We have 24 certified staff, 16 support, and the transitions in our staff this year, we had 13 new staff members, and that's both certified and support this year. We had 1 certified to resign. 1 support terminated, and 2 support that had to resign due to health reasons, and then 1 support that served as a floater to help out one of our local district schools. If you look at our years of service, most of our staff members are career teachers with over 10 years of service, and then that midsection is really small. However, our other staff members are, and we're talking teaching staff, is 8 teachers that have less than 5 years. Next slide, please. So getting right into our academic data, we are so pleased. As you can see, over the years, we have shown growth, but last year, which was my first year there, we were so proud to move students into the advanced category. As you can see, that was not really the trend at Cherokee. We also moved 20%. If you see the proficiency that has occurred at the proficient level, you see that it has gone from 9% to double digits in 20%. And then as you can see, we continue to grow and bring students out of that below basic, which is the goal. Now, while we don't see the academic growth that we would want to see, I am confident with all of our community support that it is going to continue to just be uphill slide. Next slide, please. Math as well, you see an increase in advanced, an increase in proficient, a decrease in below basic. And again, we are trending. We are growing every day. That is our daily goal. Next slide, please. If you look at our OSDE report, we have remained steady yet grown in both reading and math. Science, we do see a decline. And we looked at, as a school improvement team, why are we declining in science? And so there are so many reasons that we did come up with as a team. One of the things that we think we shied away from as a school community is just the inquiry-based learning. So as a school, we have looked at the data and said this is something that we definitely need to increase and make sure is embedded in our daily curriculum and activity. Next slide, please. So we have 3 site goals for the school year. The first one being 80% of our students at Cherokee Elementary will score Tier 1 or Tier 1 plus, which is above in the 40 percentile on the STAR assessment in reading. Some of the things that we have done at Cherokee this year and last year just to make sure that we are improving, we have incorporated a morning meeting structure. So every morning we are doing something at the Tier 1 level collectively. On Fridays, everyone, I don't care if you're the custodian, if you're a parent that walks in, you are dropping and reading for the first 20 minutes of the day. Our reading buddies, we have community partners, and primarily from Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated and Boulevard Christian Community Church, as well as our reading buddies from Raw. And Ms. Charbonneau has been amazing in keeping that partnership going. Our 1st through 3rd grade reading interventionist, we have a phenomenal reading specialist, and she sees 52 students daily. We have a very structured 90-minute literacy block. Our data team meetings have been restructured to meet the needs of all students and make sure we're looking at student data and how we can improve daily. Our parent communication has increased, and our teacher and reading interventionist incentives have really been instrumental in motivating students to learn. Next slide, please. Our second site goal is attendance, and so last year we really improved attendance. We ended our year at 93%. That is, we're a little higher than that now, but our goal is to increase by 2 percentage points to meet the state requirement at 95% or greater. We really felt that we were there last year, and coming into this year, thought when the school report card came out, we noticed we coded things wrong, and we really didn't go about documenting the way we should have. Fortunately, one of our sister schools, Pershing, was so collaborative, reached out to us, and they have a consultant that comes in, and so she helped us understand what we need to do as we move forward. So we are confident that we will make that goal this year. We also have our Positive Behavior Intervention and Support Incentive Program. We have our Fourth Friday celebrations and our Parade of Positivity. If you've ever been fortunate enough to be in our building during Parade of Positivity, and some of our board members who come to see us frequently, they have been a part of that parade, and you would think we were handing out $1 million because kids get so excited and our whole school community participates in that event. Our community donations are, like I said, unmatched, and they come, community members give us last year and the beginning of this year for the first semester in attendance incentives will go over $500 that they give to our students and staff in incentives. We have our Cherokee Accountability Team meetings where we're discussing the not only academic data, but also attendance data and how we can best meet the needs of our students and families that struggle with getting to school. And then again, we have our staff attendance incentives. We are fortunate because over 90% of our staff members show up every day, on time, ready to go. Next slide, please. Our third goal, and the one I think we are most successful, is building the positive school culture. And again, as you can see, our community partners, our team of teachers, they show up every day with excellence on their mind. We have our morning meetings and our overall advisory program that we have every morning. Mondays, we start off with Accountability Monday. We make sure that not only are teachers pouring into our students and communicating with our families about student progress, but our students are also actively involved in their performance. We have a monthly character theme. We have school culture committee. We have our family engagements and so many activities that take place. This year, we were just picked up by Bravado Communications, and they are supplying everything we need for our end of the year celebrations. We have an increase in our parent involvement, and that continues to grow. Every month we have parents that reach out and bring buddy. We have our cultural celebrations and our Santa's workshop. We have about 5 or 6 community organizations and individuals that give us well over $10,000 to make sure that and they don't give us the money, they provide the gifts, and every single one of our 327 students gets to go in and pick gifts from PlayStations to bikes to things that they really want, so that every one of our students leaves with a gift that they enjoy. We also feed well over 245 students over the weekend through Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated and Boulevard Christian Church. We are sending home 246 meals every Friday.
Wow.
Next slide. So those of you that know our Site Educator of the Year, in the corner, Gina Beatty, she is the human version of Show Me the Money. She can get money. And so she has not only helped individuals in our building to obtain grants, but also has reached out and is working on a district level to just help support colleagues in their efforts to receive grants. We have been awarded 15 grants. We have 7 awards, and if we put a monetary value on it, we are, and it sounds crazy, but probably in the high 100,000s, like knocking on the millions door, just because we have so many people giving and giving over the years, and they continue to give. This year, I have heard Ms. Beatty, along just for our reading fair, say that everyone has given more than they've ever given in past years. So we're really proud and excited about that.
Pretty cool.
That concludes my presentation. Are there any questions?
It's fantastic.
Any questions?
All right.
No, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Okay. Our next speaker will be Miss Katie Thompson. She will talk about Irving Elementary tonight.
Good evening, Board. Dr. Mendenhall. So here you can see some of our partnerships that we have. This one's really important, this picture. It showcases second and third grade. Our demographics at Irving are quite different than any other school in the district. It's beautiful, the cultural differences that all the kids bring. So we bring in different people from the community to help. This time we had a Hispanic group come in there, women, female meteorologists, who came in and they were able to present in English and Spanish to our students. And they were so excited, so they wanted to know if we would take a big picture, put it on our Irving Facebook page. And I said, I'll do one better. We'll put that on our effectiveness report to show you guys. Next slide. So currently we have 393 students. We started the school year with 438. We have 29 certified staff members returning. We have 16 support with 15 returning. And then we have one who is support staff member who is considering retirement. Okay. So you can see with our state report card, we dropped significantly last year. And we dug in and we were trying to figure out what it was that caused that. And we found out with our EL students, there is a second portion that you need to look at on the state report card. And when Pershing had the help from Kit Collier, and we were able to all sit down and kind of dig in and see where our areas of deficit were. And for us, your EL students on your accountability, your report card, there's two different areas you look at in state testing to know how to label them correctly. So now we know what that is. We spent a lot of time knowing exactly where we needed to be, working on that with our students on their ELAPs this year. And so we are expecting a much more positive outcome for the school year. So as you can see with our OSTP, last school year, of course, we dropped. So our below basic went up and our basic went down, but our proficient did go up and we actually scored advanced where we did not the year before. And then, so ELA scores, this is where I'm really excited for this school year. From 2022 to 2025, we have made an 87-point gain, and that is looking at mid-year, not even looking at our end of year. So for this year, we have made an 87-point gain, which is huge. We have also gained 62 third through fifth grade students. So that's 62 students in tested grades. And this year, in our fifth grade, we're able to have 3 sections of fifth grade, where in the past we've had 2. So the classes were large class sizes, and this year we're able to have smaller class sizes, and that's for third, fourth, and fifth. And they're departmentalized, which we're putting the best person in the right spot, and we are meeting those goals. So math was not quite as low as our reading scores were. Again, we increased with our below basic, dropped in our basic, but went up in proficient, and then stayed at a 5% with our advanced. Our STAR math, we went up 76 points, so we are still showing gain, and that again is looking at our mid-year this year. So we continue to be excited about the growth that we are showing with the 87 and the 76-point gain. I can only expect excellent outcomes for our academic achievement this year. So you can see the difference in our enrollment, which has fluctuated. A huge portion of our attendance for this school year happened in January when our Hispanic community were afraid, and that affected our absenteeism significantly. It's always been a struggle at Irving. We are the school that houses the students that go to the mission, so we tend to have chronic absenteeism with them. And it's our Hispanic families, something we are very, very excited about this year. We started last year, but this year it is in full swing. Iglesia Baptiste is one of the Hispanic churches in our neighborhood, and they have partnered with us, and they are doing a Raising Highly Capable Kids for our Hispanic fathers, because we've had a huge increase in single fathers in our Hispanic community. So they are partnering, giving them everything that they need bilingually, showing them what they can do, teaching dads how to be the best dad, how to do homework with them at school, and how to reach out correctly to the school when they need something but don't know how to. So that has been a beautiful partnership with them. They come to every event that we have so that they are able to translate and communicate and share different things with our Hispanic community. So the shared goal 1, focus on our tier 2 students who scored significantly low in reading. We wanted to move them into a tier 1 or tier 1 plus. And we wanted the same thing for math. This year, we have actually been able to do a complete rotation with our reading specialist, our K2 interventionist, Ms. Johnson, where we have been able to rotate an entire group of students out of intervention and able to pull in a whole other group of kids, which that's incredible with just one interventionist. We wanted to increase our weekly attendance to a 95%. We roughly run 93, 94. Sometimes you'll get a great week where we hit 96 or 97, but that is something that we continue to strive for. And then decrease the number of discipline referrals by students taking ownership of their actions. This has been important. We have Coach Macnack, who is there, he works very hard with our students. He builds incredible relationships. I don't know any of you who don't know him. He mentors our students. He will get out and play on the basketball court with them. He's mentoring when he's not covering our ISB. So we're able to keep kids in the building instead of having to send them home for OSS. We're able to keep them in from that strong relationship that he's doing. And for some of our discipline, I would love to have a huge shout out to Larry Stewart, who came and spent the day at Irving and has been there more than once working with our students. There's some pictures of him. Some of the things you will see that we work on for attendance, we do a weekly attendance draw. So I have 24 classrooms, and every week we see a student who's got perfect attendance, and I draw one student from every classroom. They get to come pick a prize out of my office. We take a picture, we put it up on our Irving Facebook page so that they're proud to show that. We partner with First United Methodist Church, and they give every child in my building a brand new backpack every year. They also feed 175 students, and then we partner with another church that brings another 75 bags for our Friday backpack program. We try to tie in all of our cultural events throughout the year. As you can see, Sarah's there reading with the puppets, which is so exciting. The kids love that. We have our student-led conference that the students lead. We don't lead any, student-led Words Assembly. They lead it every single month. If you ever want to see fun, I've got a 2nd grader who is a rock star. We'll get up and dance for you. Mr. Creed Lamont, it's so much fun to watch him, but they get up and they take ownership. And I have a student who can't read, but she wants to participate. So she learns and memorizes the names of the students who she will present. So every one of our students that are on that leadership team, they are not an A+ student. That's not the goal for that. The goal is to teach them how to be leaders, regardless of where your grade point average falls. We recognize Teacher of the Month and Student of the Month during our character assemblies. A cop being good. Next slide. And we have been so lucky to receive several grants this year. Ms. Vasquez has written 3, and Ms. West, who is new to the district, she's been here for 2 years. She's incredible. And we have been able to take every student in our building to the Discovery Lab, where they're able to do hands-on science, because science scores are typically low every year. And our goal is to raise that. It starts when they're younger. We're going to get that score up for them. So We have hands-on science activities every week in every classroom. Discovery Lab even came to our building, and they still have 3 more visits in May where they are doing an outreach program with us. And you can see they're being silly. They're having so much fun doing it. Next slide. And then Math Science Night, again, it's one of our favorite nights. It's one of our parent involvement nights that's huge. We feed them, parents come out, kids come out, we're doing experiments, but it's all about getting the parents to do it with them and engaging them in their learning so that they know what their kiddos are doing at school. You see pictures of our after-school program, that's Ms. Braza. And you see Ms. Vasquez with her students for the after-school program. And something else we are showcasing this year, and I will send an invitation for all of you to come and see. We are doing Irving's Culinary Cuisine. Since we do have such an incredible, diverse group of students, we are going to showcase cuisines from all around the world, from all different cultures, by inviting families in. We're going to feed them, have activities that go along with that region and the world that we're feeding the students from. So we're very excited about that. And then here you can see, there's Larry up there, showing our kiddos, talking to them about safety and the things, how to be safe about things that come out of your mouth and to keep yourself safe. We go to the nursing home and Mr. Lee plays guitar, the students get to sing. We compete in robotics. We host RYSA coaching every year at our building. Something that is unique to Irving is we are the only elementary school here that does air rifle. We are only the 2nd in the state of Oklahoma that has air rifle, and that is for students in 4th and 5th grade. They actually have to go through a hunter safety course that is paid for, not by us. It is donated to them. They pay for it. The students go through that, and then they get to compete. And they actually were able to go to Missouri this year in a competition, and then we do archery, which is another event that is, I believe we have one other elementary that does archery still, but that is something that we do year-round with our students. It gets them excited. We have our robotics competition. Any questions for me?
No.
No?
Thank you.
Very much.
Just let me reiterate and we have a lot of partners in the room. I just appreciate, you guys know that it takes all of us to really take care of our kids. And you being there makes a difference, whether you're reading, whether you're volunteering. It just really, I haven't really paid that much of attention to the other elementaries and their partnerships, but tonight it's been real heavy with partnerships, and I feel like that. I know all of our schools do that, but tonight it really shines a light on that for me to just say thank you very, very much. I appreciate you, appreciate what you're doing. Really, that's all I've got on my report. Actually, I've got a gentleman, Mr. Ivory Van. Can you come up real quick? Ivory came to me and asked if he could actually speak to the board. And I said, well, it's not an agenda item, but I will tell you this, I'll recognize you in my portion. So, Mr. Van.
Thank you, Dr. Mendenhall. I brought Megan Kelly with me tonight. She's responsible for this organization that we added to Martin Luther King Center and Women's International. And if you don't mind, I would like her to tell you just a little bit about it.
Okay.
And the reason I'm up here also is, if an employee does a wonderful job, or anybody does a wonderful job, they should be recognized. And in doing this event, we were looking for some rollers. And we found some, and thank you, Dr. Mendenhall, and thank you, Carla. And just, the main thank you is to a gentleman named Bobby Price. When I said we went out to the high school and got the rollers and took them to the King Center, he went out of his way to help us.
Good.
And you don't find a lot of many people who do that nowadays, just go out of their way to help people. I just want to come up here tonight and say, tell them, to say just thank you because you got a well-rounded employee. And I would just like Ms. Megan just to say something about the event that went on at King Center for these rollers.
Okay.
Good evening, Superintendent Mendenhall and the board. I am excited to share that I just formed a group to include women of all cultures, especially international cultures. People may know that I used to be a part of a group called Muskogee Native American Association, where I used to be instrumental in hosting the Indigenous Peoples Day, which I hope to bring that back sometime in the near future. But however, I wanted to create a group that can include everyone and to celebrate something that Muskogee has never celebrated before, International Women's Day. On my paternal side, I come from Cherokee and Irish and Persian cultures. And so that's just how I've been raised. My mom's full-blood Native American. My dad was, he had his master's degree in education and was a former certified substitute teacher for Muskogee Public Schools, Spike Kelly. He's passed on, but I carry on his legacy because I was taught by him to be a substitute teacher and then to step out of my footsteps by doing storytelling for the public schools. And that was a picture that she used of me doing storytelling with puppets. And I enjoy doing that during Native American Heritage Month. But also, I also enjoy working with fellow educators with Muskogee Public Schools, Maria Cruz, Elvira Smith, and a community member, Erica Tucker. And so we, as a small group of women, come together. We started planning in January, which I think we're going to start planning a lot sooner. But we have African American, Asian, Hispanic, Irish. We have the Irish River Dancers who are performing at the World Dance Competition in Ireland, and they're from Tahlequah, Oklahoma. They are Alina Huffman's group. And so I'm proud to say that bringing all of these cultures to Muskogee and to showcase ladies that, you know, come from diverse backgrounds. We were on Fox 23 News, and that was really big because our fashion show was on the actual day of International Women's Day. But the purpose of the group is to help raise awareness to local charities that need it, that involve children. So this year's charities that we raised money for was for the Youth Volunteer Corps with the Teen Challenge and the Freedom House Adult and Teen Challenge out in Shakota. And so I just wanted to continue my work, but also include Muskogee Public School students, because we have enough students here that can serve as models. But I just wanted to say thank you very much and express my gratitude.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing. President Jefferson, that concludes my my comments for tonight.
Item 5.
Item 5, recognition of staff members.
Amendment Hall, members of the board, if you would, help me welcome the employees of the month for the month of April. Trying to match that passion that we just had. And that's a very difficult person to follow. But first, I'd like to recognize our first support employee of the month, Mr. Corey Bible. If you'd come on up. Mr. Bible has been with MPS since the beginning of the year and is a teacher at Creek Elementary. Brings energy, diversity, deep commitment to student growth in every physical education classroom. He also helps students build confidence and healthy habits, which we can all use to get on the student. Truly an asset to Creek Elementary. You shared that with us. What else would you add?
So I just want to say, Coach came and he just came right in. He's got the kids moving and active, and they are so excited. You ask them what their favorite classes are going to say PE. They go in and he's teaching them games, but they don't even know. Like, you have to follow directions, you have to collaborate, you have to think strategically, and they're doing it. And then I told him that they go to the playground after they learn a new game, and they're out there doing it on the playground. You see this organized group of kids where this is what coach makes us do. We have to follow coach's rules. But they're doing it outside. Again, they're working together. They have to think strategically. And I mean, they're forming these groups, but they get so excited about new games that they don't even realize what the heck they're doing with it. So we
Back.
Thank you. I didn't know. And before I said support employees, obviously I got that happened with the certified employees, so let's continue in that vein. Next, we'd like to recognize a certified person, Kaya Fields. Come on up, Kaya. Ms. Fields has been with MPS since 2021 and is a teacher at Rougher Innovations. Kaya fosters a positive environment where students thrive and provides safe, supportive learning environment that allows her to make meaningful relationships with her students. Kaya's unwavering support for students both in and out of the classroom makes her a trusted mentor and is members here eventually the people who live. What would you add, Ms. Kaiser?
Okay, Kaya is, if you are at representation for Muskogee High School, you know since I said she not only serves as our PE teacher, our health teacher, but she is also the head dance coach and the spirit coordinator for all of cheerleading. So she is adamant to the district and adamant to have around, and we just love having her.
All right, let's get that photo. It's good night to be a PE teacher. Wow, actually, now it is fun.
Yeah.
She is so good.
I don't trust you. That's a good photo. All right, and moving right on to our support personnel, this time for real. Let's recognize Miss Kelsey Weaver. Kelsey, come on up. Kelsey has been with the district since 2021 as a paraprofessional at Creek. She consistently demonstrates a deep commitment to meaningful relationships while also effectively supporting students and staff. She displays patience, usually at the elementary, empathy, and a natural ability to build positive relationships with those students of all backgrounds and abilities. Dr. Miller, what would you like?
So Kelsey has some students that she's known for quite a while in Freedom, and it doesn't matter if she gets to know them, she meets kids where they're at and gives them what they need. I mean, there can be a student having a really bad day, having a meltdown, and she looks at them, says, I mean, whatever it is, she knows what they need, and they calm down. She's a very valuable asset, and again, the patience, I've got more patience than a lot of people, but she does a really good job with kids, and she knows kids, and she builds those relationships with them, the kids and the family, and they seek her out when they're having a hard time or a bad day, or they need her. So we want Kelsey to stick around. Thank you for what you do, and for being so patient.
So I'm here to talk about it, it's gonna be a good production. Very good. Thank you. Certainly not least tonight from the support, we also have a Miss Helen Ingram. Come on, Helen. Miss Ingram has been with MPS since 2022. And anyone who's in our district who's ever been in a high school knows that she's the receptionist. She is the first face that visitors see upon entering. She always greets everyone with enthusiasm, definitely, and a smile no matter what the circumstance. Her bubbly personality is contagious to all those that she encounters and exemplifies what it means to be a rougher. What would you do? What would you do?
If you haven't been to Muskogee High School and been blessed by Miss Helen, you're missing out. She meets me every day in the parking lot to help me carry my things in every day, rain or shine. You're blessed by her when you walk in, and she treats everybody like their family, and we love her.
We love you. Yeah, really make that look stupid.
Was it close? Yes.
Looks close, though. It's really- Thank you.
Thank you.
Item 6.
Item 6, reports, comments from members of the Board of Education.
There's none.
Don't have any.
Item 7.
Item 7, standing resolutions, be it resolved by the Board of Education of Muskogee School District Diocese upon recommendation of the Superintendent of Schools to approve standing resolutions A through K as listed.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dave.
Document home members of the board. First, I'd like to start with the financial report. This will be covering the previous month, the month of March. Next slide, please. So we compare our total revenue with FY '25 with FY '24. As you can see, our revenue is down over 100,000 this month. In comparison with last year, it's small percentage difference. Not real concerned about that one at this time. Next slide. Total expenses, FY '24 compared with FY '25, we did a good job this year. We're over $250,000 less than we were last year, so that's pointing us in a positive direction. Next slide, please. Building fund, as you can see, last year was considerably more. I went back and looked at this, and this was due to an ad valorem receipt that we got earlier in last year that we should make up for it next year, and it should be flip-flop for more collections for this year than last year. Next slide, please. Building fund expenditures, FY '25 was up compared with FY '24, and I went back to a little research on this, and we had paid for some boiler, some maintenance repairs that was out of the ordinary that we did not have in the previous year. Next slide, please. Child nutrition revenue. For the month of March, we were down from last year, but I went back and did some research on this also, and for the year, we are ahead of last year in total revenue for child nutrition, returning in the right direction. Next slide. Child expenses, child nutrition, FY '24. About 70,000 less this year, so we're definitely turning in the right direction on our expenditures for child nutrition fund. Was there any questions of the financial report with comparison of the current year with the previous year? If not, we start on the standing resolution. I'll go ahead and start while he's moving the slide. First item A, minutes of previous board meetings, special meeting March 11th, and the regular board meeting on the same day. The special board meeting was we sold bonds last month, as you remember. So we had 2 board meetings. Schedule of payments, general fund checks, building fund checks, child nutrition, lease revenue bond, bond 35, bond 36, and accounts payable checks. Each of the check numbers with the total amount issued during the month of March. C, schedule of encumbrances in numerical order for each of the funds, and those are listed in your board book individually. Operating account in the March revenue were $8.8 million. Activity fund, $632,000. The financial reports, the balance sheets, expense revenue reports, activity fund. Each of those are in your board book. The next item, F, temporary appropriations. Every year, this time of year, we approve a temporary appropriation for the next fiscal year. This is just to get us started till the legal budget is, estimate needs is completed later in the fiscal year. General fund, temporary appropriation, 47 million, building fund, 1.5, and child nutrition, 3 million. And as you know, these are just an educated guess. They're not going to be reflective of what the actual budgets will be next year. Item G, supplemental appropriations. I've got a 307 form for child nutrition. Like I say, we are doing better in collections this year, so I need to add some additional appropriations for collections that wasn't previously budgeted. And also for your consideration is a form for general fund. We've received a large grant here recently, and 600,000 of it has to be spent this year, so I need to add those appropriations. And the other 2,000 was a small energy resources board grant I need to add to our budget. Next item, H, board policy 104-210. Display of flags of the United States of America and the state of Oklahoma, expectations regarding. This is your first reading, and that is also in your board book for your preview. POs over 15,000. First two are for furniture for various sites. We got 2 more for fuel for the month of May and April. Collier Education, this being paid over federal grant, professional development, building fund, lease purchase payment for equipment and furniture. Two sinking fund payments for bond principal. On to the next page. Another sinking fund payment for 2022 bonds. 3 POs for child nutrition for fruit, food, and dairy to get us throughout, finish the year out. And lastly, a reading program. 1 activity transferring from 8th and 9th grade choir to 6th and 7th grade choir. 3 contracts on there. Jenkins and Camper for be our auditors for next year. And that amount will go towards next year's budget. Renaissance, $278,879. That will be paid out of the large federal grant that was on the 307 form. It'll come out of about $600,000. And Hope Blooms, no cost contract for health services. Any question or comments over standing resolution? I'd be happy to entertain them.
Anybody have any questions, discussion?
Move to approve item 7, standing resolutions, A through K.
We've got a motion, and second. Item 7, A through K. All those in favor?
Aye.
Item 8.
Item 8, approved tax incentive agreement with City of Muskogee. Discussion and possible action to approve local development act tax incentive agreement related to Project Scissortail, a data center campus project in the City of Muskogee between the City of Muskogee, the Board of County Commissioners of Muskogee County, the Board of Education of Independent School District number I-29 of Muskogee County, Oklahoma, the Board of Education of Independent School District number I-20 of Muskogee County, Oklahoma, the Board of Education of the Indian Capital Technology Center, District number 4, the Board of Trustees of Muskogee County Emergency Medical Service, the Board of Trustees of the Eastern Oklahoma Library System, the Board of Muskogee County Health Department, Ferdinand Technologies, LLC, and Pioneer Trail, LLC.
Yes, tonight I'm bringing forward a contract for you to review and possibly vote on, or you'll vote on one way or the other. It's it's called Project Scissortail, and it's going out off of Peak Boulevard. It will have an incentive for economic development, probably like one of the, like no other. Each phase, there are going to be 3 phases. Each phase will include approximately 300 square feet of data center. To give you an example, Ruffer Village is about 100,000 square feet, so take that building times 3, that's going to be phase 1, and they're going to do 3 phases on this. They're doing this in lieu of paying taxes. What they'll do is they'll pay the taxing entities, and these taxing entities will be paid over a 25-year period. Okay, they'll pay a fee in lieu of those taxes. So the property that they're going to build these warehouses that will warehouse these data systems, phase 1 is on property that will be in the Hilldale School District. Phase 2 will be on the Muskogee Public Schools property. So the property that they have purchased cuts in half, it's divided. In the phase 1, which will be about a 3 to 4 year project, and then phase 2, which will be after that moment in time. So we will only get paid, or we'll only start receiving these payments once these warehouses are built on the property that they reside. So, for instance, Hilldale will receive theirs first once their buildings are built on that property. Each phase of the project is estimated to consist of at least $1 billion in private investment. So phase 1 will cost $1 billion, and then phase 2 will be another $1 billion. The idea is that in 3, 4, 5 years, whenever they would build on the phase 2, it could be more than $1 billion to build the properties. If the company does not commence development of phase 1 of the project in 2 years of the final approval of this project plan that we're talking about tonight, then it would go away within the first, basically first year of the project. The plan, though, is that they will begin building and will begin doing this. If the company has completed phase 1 but has not commenced on phase 2 within 10 years after the adoption of the project plan, the incentive district for phase 2 and 3 shall terminate. So this is called a TID, a tax increment district. So they're basically taking this property, instead of paying the taxes, they're paying the taxing entities for this period of time over the next 25 years. You say, well, what is that going to be? They'll make annual payments or stimulus payments. Muskogee Public Schools would receive 70% of the funding for that. And basically, I'm going to kind of give you an example of what they could not do is provide us yearly how much it would be per year for 25 years for Muskogee. However, they did for Hilldale. So I'll read off to you, starting in 2028, what Hilldale schools will receive. They'll receive $891,000 the first year, $900,000 the second year, and it goes all the way up to $1.1 million in the year 2052, which is a total in that 25 years of $25 million. So ours will be the same because it's the same deal, but the reason they could not do that calculation for us, they just don't know what that looks like 5 years from now, okay? So all of the taxing entities are taking this to their boards. The city of Muskogee will be taking it to the city council. And this project will commence once those groups are taking this and have approval from their boards. So I will try to answer any questions. I know there may be some details. The contract will become public because after you vote tonight, it's in our packet and it will be a public document, so people will be able to look at this. But this is something that the county, the Port of Muskogee, the city of Muskogee have worked very, very hard on. You ask about the data system. It's very similar or almost identical to the one that's in prior. So that's all I can, it's called Project Scissortail for a reason, but if you look that up, you'll see exactly what this, it's the same company that's actually going to place one outside of town here on off of Peak Boulevard. So I'll try to entertain any questions that you might have.
Any questions, discussion?
No, I like it.
Well, I think it could really be a great thing for our economy for sure, for Muskogee in general. I know it's not an immediate impact for us, but I think the things, I've been at all of these meetings, been with all of this group for the last, man, they've been working on this for well over a year. I feel like that they are going to put phase 2 in. I mean, they continue to talk about it, that this is just the first phase. And if you figure to get something like this built as big as this is going to be, it's going to take you 18 to 24 months just to build it. So it'll take some time. So we'll look up in 5 years and they'll be building one on the Muskogee side of this property. So
I need a motion and second on item 8.
Move to approve item 8.
Second.
Got a motion and second. All in favor of item 8?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Item 9.
Item 9, proposed executive session. An executive session is proposed for discussion of A, personnel recommendations A through, sorry, hold on. A through F. Names listed below being presented for the resignation, termination, or employment of staff members with vote to be taken after return to open session pursuant to Oklahoma Statute 25 OS and 307B1. And B, employment and contract renewal terms of district administrator positions as listed. Assistant Superintendent, Executive Director, Director 1, Director 2, Secondary Principal, Assistant, Secondary Principal, Elementary Principal for the 25-26 school year, 25 OS and 307B1.
Need a motion second on item 9.
Move that we go into executive session.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
We're now in executive session.
thank you those that were here tonight. I appreciate you being here.
Item 10.
Item 10, return to open session. And item
11.
11, executive session minutes compliance announcement.
All right, all members of the Board of Education present at this meeting attended the executive session. Dr. Jared Mendenhall was asked to participate in the executive session. While in executive session, the board discussed only the following items. A, personnel recommendations A through F, names listed below being presented for the resignation, termination, or employment of staff members with the vote to be taken after return to open session. B, employment and contract renewal terms of the district administrative position that's listed, assistant superintendent, executive director, director 1, director 2, secondary principal, assistant secondary principal, elementary principal for the 2025-2026 school year, as authorized by Oklahoma statute, Title 25, Section 307B, Boy 1. No other matters were discussed and no votes were taken. The board returned to open session at 7:43.
Item 12.
Item 12, personnel, be it resolved by the Board of Education of Muskogee School District I-20 upon recommendation of the superintendent of schools to approve personnel resolutions A through F as stated.
Any questions, discussion on item 12?
No.
Move we approve item 12, A through F.
Second.
Got a motion and second on item 12, A through F. All those in favor?
Aye.
Item passes. Item 13.
New business, there is none.
Item 14.
Adjournment.
So moved.
Second.
Got a motion and second on adjournment. All in favor?
Aye.
We're now adjourned.
All right. Well, y'all have a good weekend. Happy Easter. Happy Resurrection Day.
Yes.
Make sure you attend church at least one day this week before Easter Sunday.